Sai Ram. Today I want to discuss one important subject in the birth chart and also in the astrology. What is that? It is regarding the children birth, and what is their position, how they will be, all these things. That means I want to discuss regarding fifth house in the birth chart. So, fifth house means it is fifth from Lagna, from Kalapurusha. It indicates creativity in music, creativity in painting, creativity in software, what not. All these things, creativity shown by. And children will also come under this category. So, fifth house is more important to everybody because everyone, they want to know their children position. And some hints I want to tell now. Totally it is not possible to discuss. I told you fifth house is for children, and the planets in the fifth house are responsible to give the reward, and the lord of the fifth house is the person, is the planet. It gives the reward. The placement of the lord, that's more important, that you have to see. And Jupiter is also very important. His help should be there to get children. So, you have to see where the Jupiter is, what is the relationship with the fifth house, whether he is supporting or not supporting. And aspecting planets to fifth house are also more important. What are the planets aspecting the fifth house and the planets in the fifth house, whether they are good or bad? And suppose if Sun in the fifth house, he gets children early. That is between 20 or 22 years, he gets the children. If Moon in the fifth house, he gets children early. That's just 20 to 24 years. If Jupiter in the first house, it's very nice, he gets early. If Venus in the first house, it is also very nice, he gets early. If Mars in the first house, he may give some problems. He may, because of him, abortions may come, stillbirth may come. He may give some problems. If other things okay, if other things, aspecting planets, the placement of Guru, Kuja, all these things are favorable, he gives children, but it will delay. Regarding the Saturn, it is always delay, it is slow. He gets only around 30-32 years. So, by the planet in the fifth house, you can some extent calculate the timing of that children. And the Venus is more important for male and Guru for female. All these things you have to see. The next thing, as a whole, to study the fifth house, first we have to see the Lord. The planet in the fifth house, the planet means that is the Lord of some other house. So, if the Lord of the first house in the fifth house, let us know first. Lord of the first house means, first house indicates ourself, our body, our characters, and regarding everything of us. So, our body, ourself, our characters, Lord stays in the fifth house. That means first Kona house, fifth Kona house. If a Kona Lord stays in another Kona house, it is a Raja Yoga. It is good. You get everything. Everything will go in a proper way. It is advantage to him and his children. If the second house Lord stays in the fifth house, second house means it is the house of property, it is the house of wealth, it is the house of fixed assets, movable assets, everything. The second house Lord stays in the fifth house, it is also good. It is to cooperate with each other. They will get advantage. Everything okay. If third house Lord, he stays in the fifth house. Whatever. Third house means it is the house of supports, house of communications, house of activeness, house of teaching. All this comes under the third house. So, house of activeness, house of teaching, house of communications, house of the brothers, house of sisters, Lord stays in the fifth house, house of creativity. What is the result? They both support each other, and the native will flourish like anything. So, it is very good combination. And next, if fourth house Lord stays in the fifth house, fourth house Lord means fourth house for home, for mother, for family, for happiness, for uncle, All these things will come on the fourth house. If fourth house Lord stays in fifth house, that is the house of creativity, house of children. It is very nice. And here we have to see one more thing. Fourth house means that is the Kendra house. Fifth house, Kona house. If the Kendra Lord stays in Kona house, it is Dana Yoga. You will get all benefit. You will flourish like anything. And next, fifth house. Fifth house, Lord stays in fifth house. That is in his own house. So creativity, children, house, Lord in its own. So double benefit. So advantage is more. Next, sixth house. Sixth house is the house of ill health, house of enemy. So the sixth house Lord stays in fifth. Enemy Lord stays in the fifth. Children will become enemies. Okay? Children will become enemies. Chances are there. And next house, seventh house. Seventh house means it is the house for enjoyment. It is the house for love. It is the house for a wife. It is the house for a marriage. All these things are shown in the seventh house. If the enjoyment house, love house, Lord stays in another love house, this is also a love house to some extent. Enjoyment Lord stays in another comfortable house, children house. And one more important thing, seventh house means Kendra house. Kendra Lord stays in the corner. It is very nice. It is a Raja Yoga. You get good rewards. You get good rewards. Next, eighth house Lord stays in the fifth house. Eighth house, it is not a good house. It is a problem house. It is a sudden changes house. It is the death house, and so on. So the Lord stays in the fifth house. It is not so. So. Just at the same time, the Lord is bad planet. It creates so many troubles. It creates so many troubles. Regarding ninth house. If ninth Lord stays in the fifth house. Ninth house for what? Ninth house for higher education, for long journeys, for foreign trips. All these things will come under ninth house. If higher education, foreign trip, Lord stays in fifth house, that is the house of creativity. He gets the support. Support will come to his knowledge. Opportunities will come. It is a very good indication. It is a very good indication. And one more thing here, you see, fifth house it is a corner house, ninth house it is a corner house, corner lord, which stays in another corner house. It is very nice, very good. And if 10th house lord stays in 5th house. 10th house lord means it is the house of profession. It is the house of job. It is the house of earning livelihood. The lord of job, if he stays in 5th, that is Kendra lord stays in corner. It is nice. Good advantage, good support, good rewards. If 11th house lord stays in 5th house, what about? 11th house, what for that house? It is for profit. It is for labha. The profit house lord stays in children house. He gets profit through children, and for children also, whatever the property earns will be utilized and it will be used, and for both sides it is good. And lastly, 12th house, the 12th house lord, that is the house of loss. That lord stays in 5th house. Generally it makes some losses, financial loss, unnecessary expenditures. These things will be there. So, here I told, here and there, corner house, Kendra house, corner lord stays in Kendra lord stays in corner. Whatever the lord he may be, whether it is a good or bad, if corner lord stays in the corner, it is good. But regarding Kendra, if the Kendra lord is good, it do good to the dead. If not, you will not do good. That is the difference. And we have to see other things like planet, nature. If sun, what are the characters of the sun? It is neither a good one nor a bad one. It gives everything, and we must be so careful. Without the support of sun, nobody will become a minister, political leader, or a big officer, or the manager, whatever it be, will be where the need is needed. Sun is very important. But at the same time, he creates some problems, some obstructions. So we have to take so care. And regarding moon, moon is a good planet. It is mother. It is happy. It is water. It is changeable. It is mind. It is thinking. These things will come under moon. So, wherever the moon stays, you have to see. It shows these indications regarding his happiness, his thinking, these things. Up and down. That is up and downs. Financial changes. Take Jupiter. Jupiter is very important. It is the planet for luck. It is the planet for fortune. It is the planet for education. It is the planet for wealth. Everything good. Wherever Jupiter is good. So, for marriage, Jupiter is needed. For children, Jupiter is needed. Support, Jupiter support is needed. All these things. So, we have to take Venus. Venus is for enjoyment, for love, for marriage, for a wife, all these things. So, Venus is a good planet. It is a benefit planet. Next, Mercury. Mercury for business, for trading, for writing, for calculations, for mathematics. All these things will come under Mercury. If Mercury support is there, all these qualities will come to the native. You take Mars. Mars for aggression. Mars for strength. Mars for sports. Mars for power. All these things. Mars. It gives you. So naturally, if other planets support the Mars, the native will become best police officer, best military officer, and so. Saturn. Saturn, we know, it is a slow planet. It moves slowly. It creates problems slowly. It gives rewards slowly. Everything is slow. You have to take much strain. And it will create some obstruction. So you have to take care. So, this is all you have to consider in calculation of the fifth house. That is the house of Chandra. And in addition to this, you have to say what are the other planets aspecting the fifth house. The fifth house planets, whether they are good planets or bad planets. Suppose you take Jupiter aspects from fifth house aspects its fifth house 7th house and 9th house. Saturn aspects 3rd house, 7th house and 10th house. Mars aspects 4th house, 7th house and 8th house, and so on. Every planetic aspects its 7th house, and at times some planets will aspect other houses also. And one more important thing you have to see, that the planets in house are the aspecting planets to these planets, whether they are exalted or debilitated. They are exalted, it is double benefit, it is very nice, it makes much support. If debilitated, they will not. You take Sun is exalted in Mesha and debilitated in Tula. Moon is exalted in Vrishabha and debilitated in Vrishchika. Jupiter is exalted in Karkataka and debilitated in Makara. And so Mercury is exalted in Kanya and now debilitated in Meena. So, every planet is exalted in one place and debilitated in another place. These things are to see. And the altars we should also see whether the relationship between these planets are friendly or inimical. Some planets are enemy to some other planets. Some planets are friends to some other planets. And some planets are neutral to some other planets. So, you have to see the aspecting planet or planet who stays with it, whether it is an enemy or friend. All these things have to take into consideration while calculating. Thank you.